Chapter 28. And After. "That was a mighty good toast, Jane," said Mr. Hersheimer, as he and his cousin were being driven back in the Rolls-Royce to the Ritz. "The one to the joint venture?" "No, the one to you. There isn't another girl in the world who could have carried it through as you did. You were just wonderful." Jane shook her head. "I don't feel wonderful. At heart, I'm just tired and lonesome, and longing for my own country. That brings me to something I wanted to say. I heard the ambassador telling you his wife hoped you would come to them at the embassy right away. That's good enough, but I've got another plan. Jane, I want you to marry me. Don't get scared and say no at once. You can't love me right away, of course, that's impossible. But I've loved you from the very moment I set eyes on your photo, and now I've seen you, I'm simply crazy about you. If you'll only marry me, I won't worry you any. You shall take your own time. Maybe you'll never come to love me, and if that's the case, I'll manage to set you free. But I want the right to look after you and take care of you." "That's what I want," said the girl wistfully. "Someone who'll be good to me. Oh, you don't know how lonesome I feel." "Sure thing I do. Then I guess that's all fixed up, and I'll see the Archbishop about a special license tomorrow morning." "Oh, Julius." "Well, I don't want to hustle you any, Jane, but there's no sense in waiting about. Don't be scared. I shan't expect you to love me all at once." But a small hand was slipped into his. "I love you now, Julius," said Jane Finn. "I loved you that first moment in the car when the bullet grazed your cheek." 5 minutes later, Jane murmured softly, "I don't know London very well, Julius. But is it such a very long way from the Savoy to the Ritz?" "It depends how you go," explained Julius unblushingly. "We're going by way of Regent's Park." "Oh, Julius, what will the chauffeur think?" "At the wages I pay him, he knows better than to do any independent thinking. Why, Jane, the only reason I had the supper at the Savoy was so that I could drive you home. I didn't see how I was ever going to get hold of you alone. You and Tuppence have been sticking together like Siamese twins. I guess another day of it would have driven me and Beresford stark staring mad." "Oh, is he? Of course he is. Head over ears." "I thought so," said Jane thoughtfully. "Why?" "From all the things Tuppence didn't say." "Well, shopping is almost as good," said Tuppence dreamily. "Think of buying old furniture, and bright carpets, and futurist silk curtains, and a polished dining table, and a divan with lots of cushions." "Hold hard," said Tommy. "What's all this for?" "Possibly a house, but I think a flat." "Whose flat?" "You think I mind saying it, but I don't in the least. Ours. So there." "You darling," cried Tommy, his arms tightly round her. "I was determined to make you say it. I owe you something for the relentless way you've squashed me whenever I've tried to be sentimental." Tuppence raised her face to his. The taxi proceeded on its course round the north side of Regent's Park. "You haven't really proposed now," pointed out Tuppence. "Not what our grandmothers would call a proposal. But after listening to a rotten one like Julius's, I'm inclined to let you off. You won't be able to get out of marrying me, so don't you think it." "What fun it will be," responded Tuppence. "Marriage is called all sorts of things, a haven, and a refuge, and a crowning glory, and a state of bondage, and lots more. But do you know what I think it is?" "What?" "A sport." "And a damned good sport too," said Tommy,